Hello. Hey, there it is. Okay. Try number 4. The last one I just tried, my memory card wasn't good enough to film in 4K. So, all right. So we are getting towards the end of these different collections installments. We've had this one this week and then probably one more next week, and then we can kind of move on to other stuff. This one here has 6 different people, and 3 of the people have audio and video collections that have been gifted to me, and then 3 are video only. So let's get started. The first one is by a gentleman that likes to be associated with a collective called the Bootleg Cowboys. And in fact, there's a documentary on the Bootleg Cowboys. I'm in the movie. This gentleman actually produced it, and it's on the archive if you want to see it. Just search up Bootleg Cowboys, and you can find the movie. But he has some audio tapes. I've been posting these now for probably about 6 months. And those are the done ones. The ones that are still to be done are way back there in the back. And then he also has video. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to stop it now and start to kind of, you don't need to look at me. I'm going to go around and start showing you stuff. All right, here we go. Where is it? Oh, trying to find it. Okay, so here is the Bootleg Cowboys video and audio collection that some of it still needs to be done. Some of it's already been digitized, but just an absolute ton of 8mm master tapes. A lot of arena videos. In fact, I'll show you here in a moment. A lot of stuff done in Sacramento as well. There's Metallica at Cal Expo. And these are all Metallica 8mm masters here. Okay. And then here, once again, all, I actually have posted some of these off of VHS tapes, but I haven't, this will be the first time that it actually gets the full data video lossless treatment as far as transfers here. You see that this is 2 to 3 deep in here. So we're talking hundreds of tapes. So that'll keep me busy for a couple minutes. All right, so let's go to the next one. Barry. So we've already gone through Bootleg Cowboys audio video. Another audio video collection is from Barry Ward from RKL and from the Crosstops and from MDC and many others. And you'll see here, where is it? These are some of the things that, there's a ton. Yeah, like all this, there's so much of this stuff back in here that's all packed in. That's also Barry's stuff. In fact, some of the stuff I've already transferred and posted. There's a DRI from On Broadway. I think I already posted that one. But you see here, there's like a whole bunch of dads that we still need to get to, right? Including stuff that nobody's probably ever seen or heard. RKL in Slovenia, I think I transferred that one already. But here are the Crosstops, a couple of different sessions that are transferred to DAT. Hotbox on KZSU, another band that he was in. So you can see, there's a Crosstops vinyl master DAT. There's also a bunch of RKL still to be done. You can kind of see some of the stuff there. There's some stuff in here too that I need to check with him to see if it's okay to post, because some of it is pretty, you know, with the history of the band, with so many people dying, there's some stuff in there associated with that. And then, you know, here's some of there's more VHS tapes on the other side, but they're kind of hard to get to, so I'll just go through these. I don't think this one's out there yet. The RKL at Trocadero Transfer and the Meatmen. I just did the malt soda one. Some of these ones have already been done. Oh, he's in GWAR for a while, so there's some GWAR videos here. Some done, some not. So there's still like a ton to do. In bottom line, there's still a ton to do from Barry's collections, including some master reel-to-reels of, and here, I'll go over there. I was going to go point it at my face, but screw it. I'll just walk over there. You can see how messy this place is. I usually have it cleaner. It's just been very busy lately. Here. So you see that stuff right there? That's all Barry stuff. These reels are things like DRI at the VATS sessions. There is a master tape of the actual RKL Still Crazy After All These Beers, I think it's called. The home video they put out. The master tape is here, and you could probably use a new proper high-res rescan. So tons of stuff still to go from Barry. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, next up is Russ Gibb. I'm kind of glad we're mostly on this side because a lot of the stuff's over here. All right, there we go. Russ's stuff is mostly beta. He does have some VHS stuff. If you don't know who Russ is, by the way, oh my God, there's a spider web on here. If you don't know who Russ is, he was a DJ in Detroit, Michigan. He started the Paul is Dead hoax. So kind of a notorious guy. He then went in and taught at Dearborn High School. He had a video and media class, and they did like all of the early Detroit stuff that is so famous came from Russ. And so he's an absolute pillar of the early punk and music documentation. So that's a lot of his stuff there. That Reformed Schoolgirls one isn't his. That's a Wendy O. Williams movie that I bought off the internet. But you can kind of see there's still a lot to go from Russ as well. I've got a lot already up there, but there's still some things that need to be weeded through. And you know what? I forgot. I have something I really should put up soon around a much beloved band. All right, what's next? I have it on my phone to try to keep myself on track. All right, next is Jason Ross. Now, Jason is based in St. Louis. He's been a friend of mine for about 10 years. He's been a good friend of my friend Jim Utz for longer than that. And he was one of those early punk rock traders. I think he was most prolific in the 90s. But you see, these go all the way back. These go all the way back. I think they're 5 or 6 stacks deep. And it's all punk, garage, etc. In fact, when I find stuff from his collection to do, I usually just go pick out stuff that I know is either tape by him or first gen. But there's endless amounts of stuff here that he traded for that are also really, really cool. And that's just the audio. There's probably, there's over 1,000. There's 1,200, tape number 1283 there. So there's 1,000 cassettes from his. In fact, Jason's collection is the biggest collection that I've got gifted to me as far as the number of tapes. Oh, geez. His videos are down there. You can't really see them, but there's a bunch of them. All the masters I've been pulling off are right there. And so he has hundreds of videotapes. And a lot of those I digitized many years ago, and that's some of the stuff I've been pulling out of my DVDs up there to use for the post of the day on the state and history. A lot of Jason Ross stuff because it was digitized and quick and easy to access. So probably 1,000 cassettes, 500 videos or so. A ton of shit still to come. All right, who's next? Oh, let's do Guerin first. So I don't know if you know who Guerin Myall is. He did an absolute ton of stuff in Santa Cruz, in throughout California, really, and also he's very well known for surfing videos. God, I'm totally blanked out. But he has a ton of stuff, a lot of it on mini DV, that multiple angles of RKL shows, Good Riddance, Fear, Dickies, you name it. Like all of the great California bands, he's got it, usually from the early 2000s back into the 90s, and he's even still taping today. So he gifted me, or loaned me a bunch of crap that I am in the middle of transferring now. So stay tuned for more awesome stuff from Mr. Myall. I'm dropping shit here. And his is video only. All right, so that's 5 of the 6, folks. The last one is, and I got to grab my ladder for this one, is Todd Nakamini. I met Todd in 1992 at Bogart's in Long Beach, California. He was videotaping Penelope Houston. I was audio taping with Dad. I had just moved to LA a couple months before, and we became fast friends. And him and Kevin Haynes are probably my two most consistent friends in Southern California. I lived down there for 3 years. This is just the first carload of stuff that we're going through now. There's more, and so you've seen like some of this really unique stuff I've been posting, like the Badfinger documentary, that Beach Boys Pet Sounds thing, the Scorpions video where Brian Johnson gets on, or Klaus Meine gets on Brian Johnson's shoulders and runs around the venue. Since Todd has been, since he's in LA and also he's been in the industry so much, he just has a ton of unique stuff that is really fun to go through, because sometimes it's stuff that's super common and everybody's seen it. Other times it's absolutely not out there and it's super rare and everybody wants to see it. So really cool it's like I've joked about this before, it's like a treasure hunt. Kind of go through it and like, oh, what's this? So, what's on this Squeeze tape here? Oh crap, it's not Squeeze, it's Kiss. And and there's you see all these different VH1 behind the musics here too, right? So there's cool stuff to come on that. So that is the 6 collections we're going through today. Hopefully you don't get video of me falling off my ladder. Next week, we are going to go through everything that I have missed. And there's some great stuff. In fact, sneak peek, I got my Umatic deck fixed. Right now, we're going through all the Sacto Active Rock Umatic Masters. These are not VHS tapes. These are the actual master tapes, and digitizing those, including one that's never been seen. So stay tuned for more exciting crap, or boring crap, depending on your point of view. But hey, have a nice week. Talk to you next week. Thanks.